So hi everybody, we're here today at Elizabeth's Gone Raw restaurant in Washington, D.C. And I love this place because it's like nowhere else I've ever eaten before. All of the food is raw, if you can believe that. And here is the man who makes it all happen. This is Master Chef Jonathan Sennigan. Jonathan, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited. I've eaten at this restaurant and it's just fantastic. So how did you get into all this? I know you have years of experience in the restaurant industry. How did you say, yeah, you know what, I'm going to go learn how to prepare raw food, and that's what I'm going to do with my life?
After being in restaurants for 18 years, my wife and I decided to start a family.
Okay.
And I have wonderful chefs and lots of people that work in the restaurant business, and there are very few of them that actually have relationships that work out. And I really wasn't willing to sacrifice my family for food. It just wasn't that important. So after working in restaurants for 18 years, I wanted to find something that would allow me to have some balance. And it is the best thing I've ever done for my life.
Now, I think I jumped the gun a little bit because I didn't ask the question, what exactly is raw food? You know, for my football watching friends out there that are, you know, munching on chicken wings, what is raw food?
Okay. Raw food, well,
Because it isn't just like munching on celery and stuff, you know? And so I think that's what everybody thinks.
well, that's the common misconception. But what I've learned is, because everybody's like, oh, how about a carrot stick, or how about some broccoli florets, or like, what do you do? How does that even work? And so, what is raw cuisine? Well, I mean, technically, and I think that you know this, and maybe some of your viewers know this, but it's not heating a food to between 115 and 118 degrees. And the reason is because at that point you start to kill the enzymes. And why are the enzymes important? Well, enzymes are what react with your body to aid in digestion and bring the nutrients into your body. And it's when you start to lose those, you start to lose all of the bioavailability, all of the available nutrients that are in any food at one given time. You start to lose those. And so, as I said earlier, it's like, the benefit of raw cuisine, it's like catching a fish. And if you're going to cook the vegetables, like catching that fish, taking off a fillet, and then throwing out the rest of the fish. It becomes wasteful when you can actually get all of the nutrients, all of the enzyme, all of the wonderful properties that are in those vegetables in a smaller amount if you just have them raw instead of cooking them.
Right.
And so what is raw cuisine? Raw cuisine is a way to be able to eat responsibly, so that your body is fed naturally and with absorbing less food at any one given time, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of times, because there's a lot of fiber in the food, you can eat less of it and feel full and be fine.
Exactly.
You don't have to eat a big old plate of.
And that's all. Right. Exactly. And that's another thing. I mean, people are like, oh, I'm so full, I'm gonna go lay down and pass out now, or why don't I ever have any energy, or why do I have to have, a Red Bull, or why are these things? Why? Well, it's because people eat these big, heavy meals, and they sit in their gut, and all of their body's energy, you've got this much energy every day. And if you spend this much of it digesting food, well, then you've only got a small portion left. And so, raw cuisine is about being able to digest this, eating, having all the nutrients available at once, eating a smaller amount, and giving your body the energy so that it spends less time digesting that food, so you don't feel tired, so you have more energy, so your body can spend more time fixing and healing and working on itself, rather than, oh, I need to lay down, I need to take a nap, and now I need to throw a 5-hour energy on top of it because I'm so tired because my body's trying to digest this heavy meal that I just ate. So, what is raw food? Well, that's one of the things that we hope to change. We need to change that idea that being full and wanting to go to sleep is a healthy thing. Yeah, it's not.
So, Chef, with all of that said, if somebody said, I don't want that heavy feeling, I want to be able to eat food that nourishes my body quickly and efficiently, and they want to get started on raw food. So tell me some of the easy ways that people can start in.
You really want to start with finding things that are fresh and that are just really nice, wonderful, fresh ingredients. Start there, and start with things that are really simple. Just instead of salads, don't have to be spinach on a plate or lettuce in a bag. Don't start there. Go and get some broccoli and a cucumber and some tomatoes and in a head of cauliflower, and slice it up fine and toss it with some vinegar and a little bit of salt, pepper, and some olive oil, or fresh lemon juice. And start with just doing and it has start with just the simplest of things.
Right.
Like don't don't
try to be making sauces and all of that
don't go
at one
and
time.
don't go and get the books. Don't think you've got to take this course. Don't do any of those things. If you really want to make a change and you really want to do something, just take a minute to take a look at the grocery store. And if your local grocery store doesn't have it, I don't want to plug Whole Foods or Harris Teeter or Trader Joe's. I don't want to plug anybody commercially, but you do have to go to a place or go to a farmer's market. Go to a place where they're going to have fresh, wonderful vegetables, and just don't get a lot. Don't go and buy a whole grocery.
Yeah.
Just get a couple things. Have a couple of things in mind that you want to do. A shaved carrot salad with some raisins, a little curry, and some olive oil on it, or do something simple. You can easily, like I said, you can easily just go and get a cauliflower and throw some golden raisins in it, and some fresh herbs. Olive oil and a little lemon juice. I mean, keep it simple, but just start with a raw vegetable salad. Just start there. Easy.
Yeah.
And then once you feel comfortable including that as part of your diet, think about making that your lunch. Okay, all right, well, now I want to make that my lunch. Well, what am I going to have to do to make that my lunch? Okay, well, I'm going to have to find a way to get some protein in there, or I'm going to have to get something of substance in there. Okay, well, all right, what are we going to do for that? Well, maybe I sprout some quinoa, or okay, well, what am I going to do that? Or maybe I go to one of these, like I said, go to Whole Foods. They've got sprouted chickpeas and sprouted lentils, and maybe you want to put some, to get your protein in there, put some sprouts in there, and now you've got a vegetable salad with some sprouts in it. And okay, take a piece of fruit with you, and there are some simple things to do, but start with a base. Start with a very simple base, and do things that taste good to you.
Yeah.
And then build on that, and then start to include it in your diet, and start to include it in what you do. And then as you do that, you'll find that it becomes easier and easier and easier. And then you can, okay, well, I had a big vegetable salad and a piece of fruit and some sprouts for lunch, and it was great. And I went and had a dinner, and instead of having this great big piece of meat, I had maybe a smaller piece of meat, with more vegetables. Right, exactly. And so, for all of my, burger munching, chicken wing sucking, pizza chomping, football fanatics out there, I can say it's really simple, and you have to want it for you. And and if you don't want it for you, like, take a look around you. I mean, there's so many people that are in your life that would really probably like you to be around a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Like, think about them. Like, you can do something really simple to help, to bring down your cholesterol level, or to give you more energy, or just to do some really basic things to help you be healthier, and then continue it. And just be conscious and be responsible. And,
You're living it now by being the chef at this restaurant.
I'm trying to do it.
You're doing
now.
what you can.
Yeah.
Well, but I think that's what's so great about this restaurant, is that it gives people a place to come if they want to experiment with the cuisine, if they've never, been around it before and they just want to see what it's all about. Or if there's somebody like me who wants to eat guilt-free all the time, I can walk through the doors here, sit down and enjoy, and I don't have 1 ounce of guilt about what I'm eating. I know that what I'm supporting is, kind of going out into society as a whole, with being conscientious, sustainable, all that sort of thing. And it makes it so easy for me and for people like me. And I'm just so hoping that people will see it and say, when I first heard about that, it sounded like a bunch of craziness to me. But if there's a place where I can go and I can sit and have this is cuisine. This isn't like some salad that this guy's preparing. This is cuisine. No. This is art. And to be able to just walk in and experience that is such a service to your community, and to
I wish there was more people that would approach it that way.
Well, but it's growing. It's growing, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, is because places like this need to be talked about. We need to lead people to places like this. Even just from a culinary standpoint, taste good food. When you go out to eat good food. Don't eat greasy, sugar-filled, crappy crap. Come and eat something good. Try this kind of cuisine, and I promise you will walk out of here very, very happy. Well, I'm excited to see the food, and we're going to see that in a couple of minutes.
Okay.
So,
all right. Then we go make the food.
Okay, make the food.
For this evening, we've got a little cherry tomato confit. It's with a cashew black truffle cream, and it's got a little basil oil on it. The first course is a pink banana squash soup, and if you do or don't remember, the pink banana squash is
The flavor profile is kind of like between an apple and squash. So it's a little sweet, little appley. And then this is done with, it's thickened with avocado. It has apple juice, celery juice, and pear juice in it. And then it's finished with a little fresh vanilla. And I think I'm gonna do like a little, some sort of like cool little almond milk kind of cappuccino thing on the top of it. The appetizer tonight is a little sprouted quinoa and Brussels sprouts salad. Okay, so we've got on the bottom of the plate we're gonna have there's a little macadamia ricotta. The quinoa has got ground, like we use ground fennel seed in it. Fennel seed, not pepper, fennel seed. So we've got ground fennel seed in with the quinoa, basil, parsley, chives, and then there's a little salad of rainbow Swiss chard and shaved Brussels sprouts with coconut bacon on top. And then you'll also notice that the egg, we've got a little yellow squash egg that's in here. So you've got your quinoa, and then you've got a little egg business, little yellow squash egg business on top of it. And then you've got like, exactly.
What's the yellow squash and just dehydrate that?
Yep. Yellow squash, turmeric, shallot, and then white pepper and salt. The intermezzo is a hibiscus rose. The entree for the evening is the rural trumpet mushrooms. They are marinated in namashoyo, olive oil, and basil, fresh basil. And then they're over the green papaya risotto. And then the dessert, which Will has for us right over here, is a
Raspberry cheesecake. Ooh, wow, look at that.
I'm still working on the sauce end of it. I need to thicken it up a little bit.
no.
What do you call that thing on a
No,
twill?
just like that.
It's a twit.
You're good. You're good. I'm good.
I like it. It looks beautiful. May we? Chef?